Hey, in this video I'm going to be showing you all of the best add-ons to have when it comes to gold making in Mist of Pandaria Classic. So let's get into this video. So here is a quick look at the add-ons that I am using. We have a bunch of different add-ons that do a bunch of different things. Before we get into each add-on, I'd like to show you CurseForge. This is basically an app which allows you to download add-ons very easily. So to get it, you just go to their website, curseforge.com, and you can go ahead and get the CurseForge app. Now this is what the CurseForge app will look like. You want to select World of Warcraft, and you can go ahead and you can add add-ons right here. First of all, make sure that you go ahead and you select Mob Classic, and then you can come to the search bar and you can search in the add-ons that I'm about to show you. Let's start going through the list though. So we have Auctionator. So Auctionator is basically a auction house add-on, and what this will do is it will give you some price data for some items, and it will also allow you to post the items very quickly. You can also run Auctionator scans, which will get the price, which is very useful for professions and things like that. But basically how this works in game, if you go ahead and go to Auctionator, this will be like the home page for it, where you can run a full scan and get all the updated prices for all the items on the auction house. And you're going to have a few more tabs. You're going to have shopping. This is where you can search for items very quickly. You can also make shopping lists. You also have a selling tab now, where you can go ahead and you can put items and you will sell them with Auctionator. And then you also have cancel. So what canceling will do is basically you can run a cancel scan, and this will go through, and if you've been undercut on any items, it will tell you, and you can go ahead and you can remove those items from the auction house, and you can repost them without being undercut. So that's how that works. Overall, it's just a very useful add-on to have, but the main auction house add-on we are going to be using is TSM, which is Trade Skill Master. So this add-on basically does a lot of different things. It will give you price data for items and tell you the actual prices of them. So let's go over that first. So if we go ahead and we just search one of our groups right here, and let's have a look. As you can see, when you hover over the item, you're going to get a bunch of data, and this is all price data for the specific item that you're on. They're just all different price data. I'll actually go over them. So the market value is the average price the item has been posted for over the past 14 days on your specific realm. Historical price is the average price items have been posted for over the past 60 days on your specific realm. Then once you get into region, so region just means like if you play on US or if you play on EU, they're both two different regions. So you have region market value average. So basically what this is that it is the average price the items have been posted for over the past 14 days across all the realms on your region. And then you also have the region sale average. So this is the average price the item is actually sold for over the past 60 days across all the realms in your region. And then you have the region sale rate, and this will give you a number. The higher this number is, the quicker the item sells. And then you also have region average daily sold, and this will give you a rough idea how many times this item sells on each different realm. So for an example, the Arctic fur, the average is it sells 4 times per day on each different realm. So that's the TSM data, but you also can make groups. As you can see right here, I've got a bunch of flipping groups with all items, and I've put them into specific groups. Obviously this is super useful when it comes to flipping. Also when you're selling farmed items, I'll actually show you how that works in a second. But you can make groups, then you can make operations, and the operations will, for an example with auctioning operations, you can have items posted at a certain amount of price or do things that you want it to do, and they'll work out the price for you. You have a bunch of different operations, but this is a very useful add-on. Now the best thing with TSM is you can post items very quickly. So when you go to auctioning, if you don't have any groups set up, you can click on base group, and this will post the items that are in your bag. If you have groups set up, you can select the groups, click on run post scan, and this will go ahead and this will post the items, and it will be based off your operations that you have set up. So I'm using my flipping operations. So it's gonna like undercut the competition and try to get as much gold as possible. The default operation that is set up with TSM is okay to use if you're just selling items that you've farmed. It'll basically work to get them posted up on the auction house. So if you're brand new to TSM and you didn't have any groups, you could just come here, click on base group, run post scan, and this will post everything that is in your bags with the default setting or the default operation, and that works just fine. You can also run shopping scans. This is for buying items as cheap as possible. You can select a group and this will scan all the items that are in that group and give you data about that specific item. This is very useful for flipping or just buying items for as cheap as possible. There's a bunch of things with Trader Skill Master. All that I can say though is that if you're serious about making gold in Mr. Pandaria Classic, then you definitely are going to want to have TSM. It's the most important add-on out of them all. Now to get TSM, you just want to head over to their website and then you follow the prompts to download it and get it set up and running. But basically what you would do, I can show you a quick run through. So you go to install, then you would go through these steps right here. You would install the version and then follow the steps that are on this page right here to set everything up, and it's pretty easy to get going. If you'd like to learn all of the best ways to make gold in Mists of Pandaria Classic, then I recommend checking out my complete gold making guide for Mr. Pandaria Classic. It'll be linked down below in the description box. I also have my flipping guide for Mists of Pandaria. So flipping is basically where you buy things for cheap and you resell them for higher, all on the auction house. So I have an in-depth guide that will show you exactly how to do that in Mr. Pandaria Classic. If you want to check out both of these guides, they'll be linked down below in the description box. And if you want to save 10%, make sure you use code BUFFY10. Alright, so let's get back to the video. Next up on the list, we have Bagon. So let's go ahead. As you can see, my bags are really cool, looking like it's all just one bag. This is very good. Just so you can sort out your bags a lot easier and you can see exactly what is in them with just one click of a button instead of having multiple different bags. And obviously this also works for the bank. You have the same sort of window, but this is a great add-on. It just makes it a lot easier to keep track of everything that is in your bag. Next up we have Gather Mate 2 Classic and Gather Mate 2 Data. So basically what this does is that it will show all the different nodes for mining and herbalism. It'll actually show that on your map. So what you want to do as soon as you download it is you want to come to add-on settings, come to import, select all this, and then click on import. And now you'll have all the data. You can go ahead and look at the maps. And as you can see, all of the different nodes are going to be showing. Obviously you can play around with the settings and you can have it just show, say, mining nodes or herbing nodes, things like that. This is a great add-on for gathering, super useful. Next up we have Kiwi Farm. So this is basically like Loot Appraiser, where it will keep track of how much gold you make when you're farming. And this is the best option that we have on Mr. Pandaria Classic because Loot Appraiser does not work on MOP. So, well, it doesn't work yet. So this is the best actual add-on to keep track of how much gold you're making when you're farming. Super useful. As you can see, it is this right here. Whenever you obviously loot something, it will add it and it will give you like the gold per hour that you're going to be making, how much gold that you have looted. It will give you XP also. Give you a timer. It's super useful. A very good add-on for keeping track of how much gold you're making when farming. There's a bunch of settings too. You can play around and do a lot of things with it. Next gold making add-on is Postal. So Postal is basically an add-on which will allow you to post items in the mail to, like, say, your bank vault a lot quicker. This can actually be a very useful add-on. So if we go ahead and open up the mailbox and we click on the WoW UI, we can see that this is different now. And when it comes to sending items, it's a lot different. But this works really well. It helps you with posting a lot quicker. Next add-on that I recommend using is Scrap. So Scrap is this add-on right here, and this is a junk seller. where you can basically select items that you want to be automatically sold to a vendor. And this is a really good add-on to have with pretty much anything to do with gold making. You can just mark all of the junk items. Now to mark items, you want to go to options, go to settings, go to scrap, go to keybinds. So scrap is right here, and you'd have toggle item under mouse. You set a keybind, so we've set a keybind, then you go ahead and hover over it, click that, and this will be added to the junk list. Now when we go ahead and open a vendor, let's go ahead and open it up, we can see that it automatically sells, where before that item wouldn't have automatically sold. So say if you're farming like transmogs, you can mark all of the junk transmogs that you don't actually want to keep, and then as soon as you open a vendor, it will sell all the junk ones and just keep the good ones that you actually want to be posting on the auction house. So they are the main add-ons that I recommend using that will help you out when it comes to making gold in Mist or Pandaria Classic. There are a few other ones that are pretty niche. There's a couple add-ons for your battle pets, so you can actually see the price of them in your battle pet collection. So that's another cool add-on, but very niche add-on that is. However, that was it for the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm bringing out daily videos about Mist of Pandaria Classic. Until next one, take care.